Hey, so I heard this video today where Brother mentioned that sometimes when hyperdispensationalists come on his channel, they try to argue that supposedly in the Old Testament nobody was looking uh, for the coming Messiah. And I don't think all hyperdispensationalists try to make that argument, but I just want to poke holes in that argument and just point out how just ridiculous it is. Okay. Uh, for example, here in Matthew chapter 2, it says, and remember, this is in the Old Testament because, the New Testament starts when Jesus Christ dies on the cross. Okay, you need the death of a testator. The New Testament talks about that in Hebrews. But, anyways, here in Matthew chapter 2, it says, Now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him. So, sounds like the wise men were looking for the Messiah, okay, in the Old Testament. And then also, especially when you read through the book of Matthew, it makes all these references to the Old Testament about prophecies and stuff. And why? Because the Old Testament gives us a bunch of prophecies concerning the first coming of Christ. Okay, the messianic prophecies that prove that he indeed is the Messiah, so that people would know who to look for. Okay, and to see that it matches up. And I think there's more than 44, but here's 44 prophecies concerning Jesus Christ. And as you can see, it's stuff from the Old Testament. Okay. And then on the right here, it has its fulfillment. So, yes, God talked about the Messiah coming in the Old Testament. And even in the book of Daniel, in Daniel chapter 9, God basically told Daniel the exact day that Jesus Christ would be crucified. I didn't call him Jesus and Daniel. He said Messiah, right? When Messiah is going to be cut off. But if you study your Bible, you're able to calculate to the day. Studying that chapter and a few other things in the Old Testament, you're able to calculate to the day that Jesus Christ was crucified, and God expected the Pharisees to know that, and they didn't. Okay. Anyways, just remember that people in the Old Testament were anticipating a coming Messiah. Okay. It's pretty obvious.